What is the
Prince
best
remix.
Prince song?
Dark.
Which
Dark.
is the best Prince song?
Yeah.
There's not even a debate?
No.
What about Scandalous?
No.
What's your least favorite Prince song? Who do you think was better in the 80s? Prince or Lionel Richie?
Are you kidding?
Name me 5 Prince songs.
The Red Corvette, When Doves Cry, Purple Rain, Computer Blue, Scandalous.
I didn't finish.
Dark.
I didn't finish. I said name me 5 Prince songs that start with the letter J. I guess you're not much of a Prince fan, are you?
Womp womp.
Purple Rain.
Jiddle Red Corvette. When Doves Cry.
neatOco.
Hi everybody and welcome to another exciting episode of That's neatOco. As always, we're your hosts, Vuko.
And I'm Seth.
April will be back next week.
Is she at E4?
She might be E7. It's like
Why
the
is
remake.
E6 afraid of E7?
Because E7, 8, 9.
E7, E8, E9.
That's math. I don't do math. Netflix makes a lot of awesome original series, such as like Orange is the New Black, House of Cards. And the creators of Orange is the New Black is actually coming out with an amazing new 10-episode series called Glow. Gorgeous ladies of wrestling. I'm excited.
I grew up with wrestling.
We know this. You're a big
and
fan.
I watched Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling. And it was about women wrestlers doing all kinds of crazy things and like kind of going above and beyond what wrestling really kind of was at the time.
Well, they had to stand out. It's hard to like stand out against all the guys in wrestling, so they had to go above and beyond, like you said.
Well, here's the thing with like guy wrestling back then, there was basically like 2 storylines.
Yeah.
There was Americans versus like Middle East, and then America versus Roddy Piper, because Piper was mean, and he had a kilt.
Was he mean and green? Wasn't there a mean green wrestler? Mean Gene?
Mean Green Oakland. So this is a 10-part series.
Yes.
And it looks funny.
Well, it's gonna be really funny. Yeah, I watched the trailer and it made me LOL.
It brought back a lot of memories of when I tried to join Glow.
Yeah, and I'm all about just the women rising up and finding their place in the world of the men, so bring it on.
I would like to talk about my friend's band, Mr. Tim Fletcher. Used to be in a band called The Stills, who were quite popular back in the late 2000s, early 2000s, mid 2000s. They had a few albums out that were really good. Came back with a new band out called Megative. Just released a new song called More Time. He's teaming up with his old Stills producer Gus Van Gogh, and this is quite a departure from their old style, or at least from his old style. This is more of a trippy reggae sort of vibe going on to it, a little ska.
Every night another empty lane. Every morning just walk away. How I ache for those glory days, but I'm afraid to die. Oh, I never gave a fuck about the youth I wasted. Oh, thought I had more time. Now I only seem to dream about the fruits I tasted. Oh, can I get more time?
So speaking of infants driving cars, there's a new movie coming out this week, and I'm not the biggest fan of the name, but the movie itself looks super badass and cool, so I'm gonna go ahead and let it slide. Baby Driver. It hurts just to say it a little bit, Baby Driver. I understand the importance of a film. The big question in naming it is, what is it? So you want to give it a name that fits the film. His name is Baby, and he's a driver. But really, Baby Driver? You couldn't think of a better name for a movie than that? It sounds like the sequel to Baby's Day Out. I don't know. It looks super cool though. People driving cars, listening to music. Kevin Spacey's in it. I love Kevin Spacey.
What was Baby's Day Out?
Baby's Day Out was a movie back in like the, I think, late 80s, early 90s about a baby who got out from the person who was the guardian protecting it, and he had quite an adventure.
It sounds like a version of Ferris Bueller's Day Off, but with babies.
It is, and
And
less...
it'd be cool if it was like an overhead shot of a stroller, like the way the car was.
So the director of this movie is the guy who did the Cornetto trilogy, like the Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and then The World's End, which were awesome movies. And his name is Edgar Wright. And yes, like I said, silly name, but the movie itself looks super cool, so go ahead and check that out this week in theaters.
Which was your favorite movie in that trilogy?
Ooh, I really like Shaun of the Dead, but I think oh, it's between Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead because I wasn't the biggest fan of The World's End. I think I have to pick Shaun of the Dead just because it has zombies in it.
Are there zombies in Baby Driver?
No, unfortunately, there are no zombies in Baby Driver.
Is it Zombie Baby Driver?
Zombie Driver? Can we just do Zombie Driver? Zombie Uber driver? There's a movie.
Is it?
It might be. We could make it a movie.
What's Roddy Piper?
Zombie Roddy Piper.
They drive. Speaking of weird, there's a new comic out. I remember last week I said that I wasn't a huge comic book fan.
Liar.
But then I got into Orgasmageddon by Guar. And I'm like, I like weird stuff. And then you recommended American Karate 4.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I like weird stuff. So this week there's a new comic out. And guess what? It is called Shirtless Bear-Fighter. And it is about a guy who was born and raised by bears who essentially turned on him.
Oh no.
And now he basically goes around the forest punching bears.
Just bear punching.
It doesn't pull any punches.
Oh, no, bear punches. So he's like Mowgli. He was raised by the animals, but they turned on him.
Doesn't that happen all the time, though?
Yeah, but Mowgli didn't grow up and start punching Baloo in the face.
Who?
Mowgli?
Who's Mowgli? Guess what the name of the main character of Shirtless Bear-Fighter is?
Mowgli?
No.
What?
Shirtless?
His name is Shirtless?
Yes.
Well, all right.
I don't know what
That
his
was my
last name
nickname in
is.
high school. I'm kidding, I didn't have boobs.
So it's being put out by Image Comic.
Great.
So I don't know a lot about Image, but I know they're big.
Yeah, huge.
So you probably know more about them than I do. This is a 5-part series. So there's going to be a lot of bear punching.
A whole lot of bear punching.
Ask me right now, do you think this is going to be an entertaining series?
Seth, do you think this is going to be an entertaining series?
Does the Shirtless Bear-Fighter shit in the woods?
neatOco.
So what we're doing now is a new segment on our show called Show and Tell, where we take an item that we have at home that we think is super badass and cool, and we bring it in to show you, so we can, again, introduce you to things you might not know existed. So I'm super excited about this item because I've seen them on Instagram a lot. And I had always wanted to get one, and I finally got my hands on one. It's an amazing brooch from this Russian, I guess you would say artist. She makes these brooches out of polymer clay. The name of the company is PLASTIKA, FANTASTIKA, and she's a Russian artist who makes these amazing little, it's not the only thing that she makes, but one of the things she specializes in is these fruits that have these amazing realistic mouths. She has a lot of these, like I saw a strawberry with the teeth and flowers with teeth, and she also has these little, they look like either necklaces or bracelets out of little pieces of fruit, and the fruit looks extremely realistic.
Does the tongue stick out for every single one, or is...
No, only some of the items have tongues sticking out of them. Their little signature on the back there.
That's neat. Check out what I got. Boom! You're not paying attention.
I'm sorry.
Boom! So I'm a big shoe guy.
How cute.
I have a lot of shoes at home, and I wear them all, even though I'm not wearing shoes right now. Usually my brand is Adidas, but I'm trying to branch out into more non-Adidas brand shoes.
Okay.
So Vans released a new series of shoes based around the Peanut series, Charlie Brown, all of that.
Yeah.
And I needed to pick these up because anyone who knows Charlie Brown knows that these basically...
That's so cool.
Isn't that great?
Ah, touch it.
So it's like a nice suede finish.
Lovely.
Yeah. And I don't know if you can see this, but it says good grief. It's like, you know, when he goes to play football and the ball's there and Lucy pulls the ball away and he goes, good grief.
And he falls down.
Pigpen, I remember Pigpen. He would never be around my shoes, you know why? Because I don't like to get shoes dirty.
Because he's dusty. He's quite dirty. He's a filthy, filthy boy. So that was another exciting episode of neatOco. Thank you so much for joining us and looking at all the cool shit that we have. If you liked what you saw here, go ahead and hit that like button below. Subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on any of this exciting stuff. And again, next week, April will be back with us.
Thank God.